looking at this and pushing for this right now and not really during the Biden administration?
I support transparency in terms of the American people. The far right, Donald Trump, right-wing conspiracy theorists and others are the ones who have put this Jeffrey Epstein thing in the public domain. Let's be clear about that. No one looking at the facts disputes that. This isn't anything that any of us as House Democrats have been focused on ever in terms of trying to fan the flames of what may or may not happen. But once it has broken into the public domain, and there's a clear desire on behalf of the American people to get more information, then the right thing to do is to present the facts and the evidence to the American people so that they can make an informed decision about what may or may not have happened and who may or may not be implicated in the Jeffrey Epstein matter. Let's be clear. Let's be clear about the situation here. Jeffrey Epstein was a friend of Donald Trump. Jeffrey Epstein was arrested during the Trump administration. Jeffrey Epstein was detained during the Trump administration. Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide during the Trump administration. Trump administration officials have said prior to arriving in Washington in positions of prominence, including at the FBI and the Department of Justice, that they were going to release the Epstein files. Trump administration officials are now in a position to release the Epstein files. Does any of that, in your view, have anything to do with President Joe Biden? Why do we think President Joe Biden or President Barack Obama's names are being invoked? Because Donald Trump is running scared. And the Trump administration is running scared. What are they hiding from the American people? Release the files so that the American people can make a decision on their own. This has nothing to do with a Democratic-led conspiracy theory. And the facts and the chronology make that clear.
Talking about politics coming from a view of the streets, you know what I'm saying, dog? We're not coming from professional view. We're not lawyers. None of that shit is on TV. You know what I'm saying? We come straight from the hood. The hood view, you know? Representation of black people on the bench because we don't know who Clarence Thomas is representing. Probably sitting on a Supreme Court, sitting on a bench, smelling like cocoa butter.
Ah, 2, 3, 4, 5. We live. Welcome to Hoodviewpolitics, where we go into a deep, detailed dive into politics from a hood point of view. I'm Rabbit Jones. And with me tonight, I got my man, Godfather, who is a Iraq vet and a soldier in his own right. Welcome to anybody that's new here. If you're new, you don't know what to expect. But if you've been here before, you know what's going on. We chase maggots and coons. Maggots and coons. Welcome. And don't forget about those white ladies or Puerto Ricans too. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to everybody that's new here. We appreciate y'all a whole lot. Appreciate everybody that like, subscribe the podcast. Get us to 366 subs. Appreciate y'all a whole lot. We got a lot going on in the political world. We talking about Joy Reid. You know what I'm saying, dog? She went on motherfucking Piers Morgan. Got a lot to say about that. You know what I'm saying? A lot. So we got a lot to get into as far as the motherfucking the war, Trump, and then not Rudy Colbert, but Colbert on the motherfucker what's the name channel got canceled. So I want to talk to my man about that, the Godfather. And other than that, what it do, hoodies out there? What it do and what's going on with the politics? What's up, Godfather?
What's going on, everybody? What's going on? How's everybody feeling tonight? Another day of interesting information to get out to you all. Hope y'all ready for it. It's crazy.
That's the goddamn show. Now, I was gonna start with but I do want to begin with what he just said. Well, Jeffrey, the leader of the Democrats seat. All right, the Epstein shit. First of all, is nothing that a Democrat ever brought up. They never talked about it. It was never like he just said. Biden, Obama never talked about this. This was not even on their list. The only person that put this on their list was Donald, the J is for jackass, Trump. He put that on his list when he ran. Nobody even talked about it until he was the only one. How can he turn around and say it's a Democrat thing? Like, what are he talking about? Democrats ain't even talk about this shit. Like, I don't get it. Do you understand what?
Remember, his thing is blame everything on Democrats. He's basically like, if you blame everything on Democrats, it's going to be okay. They'll be quiet. They ain't going to talk about it no more. But like Hockey and Jeffrey said, Epstein was locked up during the Trump administration, indicted during the Trump administration, committed suicide. Well, his death occurred during the Trump administration, his first term. For 4 years, with Biden didn't even give a fuck about Jeffrey Epstein. His thing was, how not fix this fucked up economy after the fucking pandemic, and technically, which we were still in.
True.
So Epstein was the last thing on the mind. But Trump, he ran for what? 4 years talking about Epstein?
Yes.
Trial?
Yes.
4 years talking about the Epstein trial. He campaigned on it for 4 years during Biden's whole presidency. Campaigned on it, but not once did he say, Biden can't release the files. Well, when I'm president, I'm going to release all the files. When I'm president, he's going to release the files. That's what he said. And you see what's going on now. Pay attention. Everything he does is just distraction for what's really going on. Pay attention to what's really going on. They signing bills left and right while we sleep. Left and right while we sleeping, they signing bills.
That's true. Now, my problem with Democrats is a lot right now. But the fact that they're not in power, I can't say nothing about them. But as far as the motherfucker DNC chair, trash. They need to find another one ASAP. Far as motherfucker Kamala Harris, you my baby. But what the fuck are you doing? Trash. You haven't said a fuck thing. Like, what the fuck are you even at this point? I don't even want to get into you yet because I'm gonna fucking explode. You know what I'm saying? But whatever your vision is, if it's some fucking governor of California, fuck you. Fuck you, Kamala Harris. If you're gonna take the time out now to try to run for some fucking governor or some shit. Now, everybody watches this podcast know I fucks with me some Kamala Harris. But no way in the fuck are you gonna take 75 million people and just say fuck them and go to California and run for some governor. That ain't gonna work. You shouldn't have ran from the beginning. You should have said no, Biden, I'm cool. I'm with vice president. I don't want to run for president, motherfucker. Once you stepped the foot into that joint and got 75 million votes, now that's it. Let's go. The fact that you fucking chugging along, ain't saying shit, and everybody talking about some governor, like, what the fuck? I'll be heated to the 10th degree if this bitch start talking about some governor. Well, we got bigger fish to fry. She probably got the lead in the president of motherfucking Democratic competition. So what the fuck are you really doing at this point? What are we doing? You wasting 75 million people votes that voted for you. Trump orange neck demon ass carried those 72 million motherfuckers all the way through 4 years of Biden presidency, bro. Why the fuck are you not doing that? You got plenty of shit to talk about. Like she knowing me with that shit, bro.
You gotta understand. I understand your passion. I understand everything you got going on. I understand. I understand how you feel about Kamala Harris. I do. But it's deeper than that. You gotta realize she just had 4 years of the worst years of her. Possibly, she made that term. That 4 years was a brutal 4 years to fix the economy. Then you got 100 days to try to win presidency. That's draining. Like, man, she all around. That's draining. Period. But then you got your state, California, was falling apart, and you got the world that's falling apart. You really need to sit back and analyze everything and just sit back, because when she come out, if she comes out to run for president, she won't come out hard because she had no choice. Because what's going to happen is everything's going to transpire. So that's one thing she's going to have. That's one thing she's going to have good on her when she's running for president. Everything going to transpire. Everything that Trump done did, he done did. She's doing little quiet talks here and there, doing little sponsors here and there. She is. But she's not.
Right. I don't want to just say
she's
she
not
ain't saying
campaigning
nothing,
because
but she's not.
You gotta realize, Trump ain't had nothing to do with his life but campaign. She's a black woman that has a life. She was a vice president for 4 years, and then had to run nonstop 100 days. He's just 6 months in the presidency that the Democrats can't do shit about. When the midterm come, that's when you're gonna see something. Because they're still gonna go through the primary. Even though she's leading in the primaries right now, she's a leading primary candidate for the Democratic Party for president. She is. But they're still gonna have. But still, let the midterms happen first. The midterms are going to determine what she does next. I'm telling you. Right now, she got a lot to think about. It's a lot to process. There's a lot going on. It's like Trump throwing at everybody, and she's still only 6 months out of not being in office. 6 months of not being in office.
I personally like. It's real easy for me, right? Like it's so much like over my lifetime where I could point out and be like this, that, and that, and be like, that's why I'm really passionate about shit, right? But the overall picture, the overall bottom line is I live my life really to motherfucking make sure that my grandmother's life was not in vain. Even though she died when I was going on 17 years old, and I done lived most of my life without her. She made a whole impact on my life, just that small amount of time and shit. Where she came down this motherfucker from North Carolina when them racist pigs was down that bitch. Started a whole nother life down this joint in Washington, D.C. And that's where I come from. If she ain't make that move, if she wasn't a strong black woman, and that what she was, when she had a Luger Tech 9, she would tear your ass up in a Cadillac. You know what I'm saying, dog? And she was just a normal black woman with fire. You know what I'm saying? And just by her being, I think she was just in my life that small part of the time, just to let me know that you as a person got take care of yourself, first of all, right? And everybody else come after. She taught me that off the break. She taught me a lot of things that now in life, I benefit by having that small amount of time with her. It's not like 16 years is not a small amount of time, but it really is over a lifetime, right? If that's at the first beginning and you don't see that person no more after that. And I feel like the passion comes from her. I feel like I want to live my life through her. That's what I've been doing since she passed away, to be honest with you. Sometimes when she passed away, I went years without leaving out the house without a bandana in her memory. Bandanas that match whatever the fuck I had on. You know what I'm saying? I just made sure I had bandanas, right? It was her memory. Open a barbershop with her face in the joint. And people come in and out of my barbershop, see her face, don't even know who the hell that is. But she still lives on. She's in their image in 2025. You see what I'm saying? That was my goal, for people to know my grandmother, to know who she was. You know what I'm saying? Just to see her. She never imagined somebody in 2025 to see her picture. You feel me? Or ask, who is that? And I explain. And then I can go into that's my grandma. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel like the passion of politics, passion of these racist pigs, that's what it comes from for me. You know what I'm saying? It's just how I watched her maneuver through life. You know what I'm saying? With pigs, with racist people. I just watched her maneuver, you know? And I just think she was a part of my life that really structured the rest of my life. You can understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. You won't believe this. Some things that she has taught me, some things that I still do now that I got from her when I was a little kid. Like, I still get up in the morning, make my bed. I still get up in the morning, make sure the front porch is front porch is swept off. You know, I make sure that we had a dog, Kathy. I make sure Kathy could be able to run outside while I'm sweeping off the front porch. And, this little things like that, people don't understand. That's what she instilled in us. Listen to gospel on Sunday mornings. Every Sunday morning, if I'm not in church, I got church on TV, and I'm listening to hey, gospel coming on. I'm making my coffee. I just say, hey, play gospel. Little things like that.
11:30 every Sunday morning. 11:30. I'm coming up, Jesus, on the rough side of the mountain.
Every
11:30 every
I
Sunday
still do
morning.
that every Sunday.
Every Sunday morning, Grandma played that joint every Sunday morning. So I just say that to say, overall, that's what when people watch this podcast and see me explode or be passionate about stuff, it's basically coming from her, what she been through. I won't fight for. Trust me, if she was here today, she'll be more vociferous than me in this shit. So that's why I'm living that. You know what I'm saying? So when people watch this podcast, they can see passionate all the time, and it's just hood motherfuckers talking politics. So I just want people to understand where the passion is actually coming from. You know what I'm saying? You know? But I'm going to ask you this. The Democrats are now not in charge no more. They even still get heat, even though they ain't not in charge. I see motherfuckers talk about them more than Republicans, and they ain't got shit to do with nothing. So I want to ask you this. The media as a whole, didn't have but so many people on the Democratic side. Republicans got a lot of people on the Republican side in the media and on the live streams and shit, right? Democrats don't have that. They don't really have the live streamers and stuff like that. So I'm gonna ask you, do you think by NBC or CBS, whatever they fuck, cutting Colbert's show, late night show? Everybody don't know Colbert's show come on at night. He talks politics and he really fucks over a motherfucking Trump bitch ass. Trump bitch ass is motherfucking suing this company that runs his show because of the heat that's always on him. So the company that runs his show is paying out without going to trial and also firing my man Colbert. So I'm going to ask you, do you think Democrats are losing now overall, like in the motherfucking political entertainment world, like podcasting, comedic relief, like late night people and shit like that? Do you think that Democrats are losing in that area?
I don't think so much lost that battle. It's the battle of how you gain it back. Because right now, Trump is canceling all programs, all media sites that's basically supporting them. He want every news station, every college, everything, even the people that he take around with him on the news. They don't even ask him the tough questions no more. They ask him tough questions. What they do? Only one person that can ask him tough questions. That's Caitlin. Caitlin from CNN.
Yeah. Oh, I know you're talking about.
She's the only one who could ask him tough questions. Why? Because he likes her, because she's beautiful. That's it. Anybody else that asks him tough questions, you're a fuck off. You're a screwball. You're not welcome back no more. He want the media to talk about what he want to talk about only, and that's called authoritarianism. That's what he's doing. If you ain't talk about what he want to talk about, or you just talk about bad about him, he gonna cancel you. That's authoritarianism, and that's the first step of losing our democratic state. It's coming if we don't take the house back in 2026.
So let me ask you: do you think Biden would have benefit by putting pressure on people like motherfucker Rogan and shit like that, the same way this bitch nigga doing? To me personally, I really think Democrats need to do whatever these bitch niggas do. Do it. Democrats got a problem with trying to be the moral high ground ass bitch niggas, grown ups and all that shit.
That's what
I think that's hurting them.
That's what they said today. They were saying that the Democrats be too much of want to be right, do the right thing, be right, instead of being authoritarianism and owning power, wanting power.
Yeah. Like Obama wanted healthcare. He should have made it happen. Don't say, I want to do I want to work with Republicans and let them. These niggas don't work with you.
Exactly.
You smash a whole whatever the fuck Democrats ever wanted, a luxury bill down the throats of motherfucking Republicans ASAP. Don't sit there and say, I want to work with Republicans. Let's do a public option. No public option. Yes, no public option. Like, no, motherfucker, these niggas don't do that.
So he about to come through the door. You could have waited like that one.
You could have had a motherfucking public option.
I'm trying to say you.
You could have had a motherfucking public option. You could have had everybody under off the parent plan with health care. You could have basically 99.9999 people in America insured. Really, that was the bottom line. You could have had that, but Obama wanted to kowtow to the Republicans because they MAGA's mad and all that. I want to work with them and start doing this bullshit. Next thing you know, they go in the no motherfucking meeting with them, sit down, talk for them for weeks, and these niggas walk out the meeting and don't even vote for it. Wasted all that fucking time and fuck around, don't get what you want. That's what I mean about stop fucking with these fools just like they don't fuck with you when they want to fucking raid people's houses and when they want to take Mexicans and lock them and send them to fucking, they don't give a fuck where they at. Just get them the fuck out of here. Like, that shit ain't even kosher.
You gotta understand the climate was different back in that day. You know, the Republicans, they had a lot to say, but when they mean talk across the aisle, it's more them independents, because they can say fuck the Republicans. They need the independents. If they get the independents to vote on their side, they don't need no Republicans. But you got to look at how our climate of politics has changed since then. When Trump came into office, when he campaigned the first time, you knew the climate was changing. It changing slowly. When he took office, luckily, thank you, Jesus, thank you, Lord. I'm sorry for the people that lost their lives, but thank you for the COVID. Thank you for COVID. Honestly. Man, I'm sorry for the people that lost their lives. I lost someone. I lost many loved ones. Someone really dear to me at that. But at the same time, I thank God for that, because it would have been worse then. Because he's running off a perfect economy. He's running off a perfect economy. Barack Obama had a perfect economy in 8 years.
No, it'd been worse if motherfucking if he would have got another 4 years back to back like that.
Exactly. It
Been
would been
fucked.
exactly. And that's why Biden was the bridge. No matter what, Biden was still the bridge. The bridge to stop that shit. Because now, because
That's true.
yes, he would been the he. No matter how, I don't care what no one says, Biden is still the bridge. Because y'all don't understand what would have happened if we didn't have that pandemic. Y'all think what's going on now? He rushing everything now because he wanted to do this shit then.
Oh yeah, we was going in the twos before the pandemic.
Exactly. So when the pandemic, God came down and struck the pandemic. Please, I don't like to say that, but that saved a whole lot. And Biden was the bridge to get us over that hump because we would be in a recession already. We've been in recession. They've been trying to get us out of recession right now.
Yeah, we've been back there with that back when Reagan was here. It was bad.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I just think like MSNBC, they getting rid of everybody on that joint, and like I personally think that by Democrats being so slow to the internet, podcasting, and all that wild shit, they playing behind. You know what I'm saying? So now it's so many Republican podcasts, there's so many Republican anchors on news that Democrats don't have that. Anytime they have somebody on there that has the platform, they always want to say, "Oh, I'm down the middle," and they start doing this middle thing, where Republicans never do that. They always straight full-blown Republican. They never do no, I'm gonna work with Democrats. I never heard a Republican say, "Let's work with Democrats" for shit ever. So Democrats always want to stop and say, "Let's work with them," instead of pushing shit and smashing this shit in their fucking face. They always do that.
Because you know why? It's very rare where a Democrat has both House chambers. They either have they always 90% of the time have the House.
Had it with Obama.
But it's the Senate that's the difficult part. That's why he said you have to work out because he has to get the Senate to approve it. Regardless of the fact, and the Senate is 90% of the time it's Republicans. So you got to think about the climate.
That's why we gotta let people. That's why this podcast, we let average motherfuckers like us, ex-crack dealers and motherfucking soldiers in the wars, just come on this joint, average people, and express our feelings. Something you won't get with a national platform like NBC, and they're not gonna bring no dope dealers on that joint that talked about politics, bro. You know what I'm saying, dog? So this is where you get to that. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like motherfucking Colbert was good. But I think these people went wrong with their show is they made it all about Trump. Their shows are all about Trump. And I just think they could have stayed funny and dabbled with Trump, but not make that show about Trump. You know what I'm saying? All the time. You know what I'm saying?
You can't say that because then you're a hypocrite because 95% of your show is what?
A lot of shit.
Okay, so that's his platform. That's his audience.
No.
But he's doing it.
It's a lot to talk about with his platform that he don't have to constantly. Oh, my monologue. Oh, Trump a piece of shit. Tomorrow, my monologue. Trump's a piece of shit. Like,
yeah,
you're a comedian. Move on. Yeah. Broaden the joint up, then sprinkle some Trump in. His joint is just all Trump.
Because someone has to have a platform. And this, okay, now listen. He's doing that. A white man is doing that. Only other black man that I see that's doing it is Plies, besides yourself. They have a platform. I don't hear Charlamagne the God and them talking about.
Oh,
I don't hear them talking about no politics.
Fucking Charlamagne the
God. First they hated Kamala, then they wanted to get on her side. Then where they talking about now? Where they at,
bro? Breakfast Club had somebody on there.
Still putting it down that hey, Trump is some shit on his live TV shows every night. Trump shit, but these black motherfucking people that's out here podcasting ain't talking about it.
Oh yeah, if Trump won't make a hit list, this podcast will be at the top 10 for sure. I'll give you that. Now, my anger, some of my passion comes from that orange neck pig demon. So I guarantee you, like if he was to look back on this podcast, he probably try to get my shit out of there too. Because it's all about ragging your orange neck demon pig ass.
Oh, hey, everybody. We got a great show for you tonight. Senator Adam Schiff was my guest. We harmonized on 7 Bridges Road. What a voice, I cried. But before we start the show, I want to let you know something that I found out just last night. Next year will be our last season. The network will be ending The Late Show in Dante?
Let me like, first of all, everybody know that Colbert is a comedian first. But I got a problem with this is turned to an issue now. Because 2 weeks from now, I say I'll give it 2 months. 2 months from now, this motherfucker will be on YouTube. We got this motherfucker on YouTube. We got Don Lemon on YouTube. We got everybody that gets fired on YouTube, bro. And at some point, we losing our voices as Democrats, bro. Like, we turn to CBS News, we want to hear Democrats. We don't want all the Democrats on YouTube. And if they think going to YouTube is some special shit, y'all tripping, bro. I don't want to see Joy Reid on fucking YouTube. That's some dumb shit. Like, these are top journalists. I know y'all might not like Joy Reid or motherfucker Colbert. But, bro, they put in work to give you straight information. And there's no way in the fuck you're going to exchange that just for cuz you fuck with Trump or whatever the fuck. It's like, bro, what point do you think that Democrats will wake up to this shit, pool their money, and start funding podcasters that support Democrats, bro? Get into the game. You know what I'm saying?
I think they in the game already. It's just that you got to look at the deep red states. The deep red states are heavier than everywhere else. So deep red states have a lot more podcasters than anything else. You got the whole Midwest damn near red. I ain't talking about Pennsylvania. I ain't talking about Detroit. I ain't talking about Wisconsin. Those are flip states. I'm talking about the main source comes from the red base. Our podcasters are from major cities, so they only get the city, basically the city height. But these podcasters that's in the deep red states, they're in the country, the urban, the rural areas, the urban areas, and things like that. Those people listen to podcasts.
So my view, for what it's worth, as somebody who is...
It's hard for us to listen to every single podcaster in a democratic world because we look at them, it's hard. But them people, they focus on the certain people they want to focus on, and that's it. That's what what the lie they want to believe. That's the lie they believe. That's the truth they believe. The truth they believe. It's a different mindset when it comes to podcasting in the red states and in the blue states. It is.
For example, Joe Rogan is like one of the biggest motherfucking podcasters on the right. And if you was to motherfucker take time out and just listen to his shit for probably a week, you'll realize two things. He don't know what the fuck he talking about. Two, him and his friends dodge and dive in and motherfucking swimming conspiracy theories all day, young. It's like, huh? Mm-hmm. They just post some shit up. Oh, you know what? I don't know where this is really from, but hey, this might be it. Like, what are y'all talking about right now? Motherfucker on his show the other day pulls up a list and say this is Epstein's list. What? Like, where you even get that from? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, y'all, they do so much conspiracy theories. What's the other motherfucker? Tucker Carlson. Like, what? These people are trash, bro. But there's so many of them, and they motherfucker had these white people loving them for some motherfucking masculinity type shit. These white people shit, thinking they tough. But these motherfucking white boys calling people names or getting tough with them on the internet and some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, this shit is odd to me, bro. But him, Tucker Carlson, all these motherfuckers, they internet.
That's all they are. They're internet fame. You know, there's so many conspiracy people. There's people out here in this world, especially in the United States. So all you need is like a few conspiracy. What's that girl that's in Trump's orbit? That's conspiracy that's asking him to fire people.
Loony ass.
Yeah, her. Look, great conspiracy theorist, and that's where she get it from. She come up there and talk about this stuff. People get interested in it, especially the conspiracy theorists. There's so many of them, and when they hear it, they believe it. It's just so many of them.
But once you have a big, like, we got 366 subs. That's not a minor podcast. That's some type of people, right? But when you got major podcasts like a Joe Rogan, that's thousands, hundreds of thousands of people listen to your shit. Mm-hmm. You can't just throw out conspiracy theories like it ain't nothing. Like, what the fuck?
But that's the thing. That's who they talking to. That's their base. The conspiracy theorists.
It's just ridiculous.
That's the thing. If I say we in the cities, we don't think about conspiracy theories. We don't be. So our podcasts are labeled differently. Our podcast is talk about different shit. But when you got them people that's really believing in what these conspiracy people say, then you're gonna get that. Oh yeah, and it's like it's almost like a cult because you really want to know, is it really true?
And that's why they want the Epstein files, because they in conspiracy theory land. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just crazy. But me personally, I want those files out. Not because I give a fuck. Only because it's what they wanted. I want y'all to get everything y'all. Yeah. I don't know if y'all know y'all watch this podcast or not. But I wanted the Republicans to get everything they wanted because that bitch ass niggas won. I want you to get everything. I want y'all to put it all out there. So much y'all ain't got nothing else to do. So American people can sit back and say, what the fuck? This is what they do? That's all I want. I don't want Democrats to stop nothing. Because then, once you get Democrats stopping stuff, now they part of the problem. That's why I think this is good now. They just not voting with none of this no more. And they're letting them do whatever the fuck they want.
Now
that's what I like. I like
it. Now you see, I was telling you that from the start. I tell you, the thing I told you that like 4 podcasts ago when I was on, I was telling you that the Democrats need to stop everything because, like he said, this is what y'all voted for. Trump says it. Everybody said the girl that spoke, the White House press lady, this is what the American people voted for. Then what can you do as a Democrat? You don't have the House, the Senate, or the presidency. Let everything happen. But there's a midterm coming. And if I was saying earlier in the show about Kamala Harris, she can't do it but let everything happen. Her going out there and stressing herself out, talking and yelling and screaming, and it's the same thing that other Democrats are doing, and what is it getting them? Nowhere. Let everything happen. Now I can get out here in midterms and start talking. All right. Then the midterm, we turn blue. If we don't turn the House blue, at least the House blue midterms, then she's not going to run at all. It's going to be pointless.
I see what you're saying.
It's going to be pointless for her to run because she's going to be too old to fix all the problems all over again. She's 60 now, so by the time she runs for president, she's 64 in the next 4 years. But think about it. If we don't win the House, what's the purpose of her running? Because that means Republicans are going to win the presidency again. They are.
That would not be
because it's going to get rigged every single time after that.
That's why I don't even want Democrats to take over the House and Senate. Because once they do, they're gonna put a brakes on shit. Things gonna start turning around to the better. You know what I'm saying? And then they're gonna feel like, oh, whatever the Republican that Trump did it. That's the bullshit that throw me off, bro.
No. We need to get the house back. That's the pocketbook. That's where the money at. That's where the spending comes from. We stop that right, because we get control of that back, then we can stop all the other fraud, waste, and abuse that he's doing. He's actually doing right now. He set up the Democrats doing fraud, waste, and abuse. What he's doing now with that budget bill is fraud, waste, and abuse.
True.
That's fraud. Y'all want to know what fraud, waste, and abuse is? What's about to happen come 2026 after the midterms is fraud, waste, and abuse. Because all that money that's going to the rich people, because all they doing is all they got is contractors and more contractors and he just signed off on their contractors and their contracts and their contracts. all that money goes to them starting 2026. So guess what? Our pocket's about to be hurting.
That's why. I mean, me personally, I'm not dead set on one person, right? But it's going to be a Democrat regardless for me. But I feel like once you have the lead, keep it so you can take advantage. Like Trump ain't had 75 million people last time. He only had 73. But he kept 65 million of them engaged for 4 years. And that's all I wanted Kamala to do, man. You got 75 million people vote for you. Talk to us. I even donated to your campaign. Like, talk to me. Tell me what you're doing. Tell me what you're thinking. Like, come on, but don't send me no email telling us some fucking send some money. Like, we even sending money for what? What are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Still sending emails for Kamala. Like, no, bro. Cut that shit out. I don't even know what you're doing no more. Like, what I'm sending you money for? You know what I'm saying? Now, people like motherfucker Colbert and motherfucker Joy Reid. Everybody don't know Joy Reid was motherfucking was on MSNBC for years. I think 10 years. She had multiple shows on the joint. And I'm just finding out that Republicans don't like her. White people don't like her. I'm just finding this out, shorty. So, hey, I'm about to show you a couple of clips of Piers Morgan. Like, anybody don't know who Piers Morgan is, I'm going to let, first of all, if you don't know who Piers Morgan is, he's like a English European journalist that came over here, was on certain channels. I think he was on MSNBC.
He was MSNBC, yeah.
Come think of it.
He's on it a couple times.
And he's one of those people that come over here and want to make it big in the motherfucking news industry. They fired him and sent his ass back packing wherever the fuck he at. So now he got a podcast on YouTube, like every fucking body else. And it's supposed to be YouTube. It's supposed to be average people putting on videos, not motherfuckers, superstars coming on fucking YouTube. This shit is dumb, you know. I don't even get it. It says YouTube. It's just the average person putting the camera on themselves. You as a star already got camera on you. You know what I'm saying? That was the point of YouTube. But that's a sidetrack. They get on the motherfucking joint and start talking about, I got a plaque. Bitch, you supposed to get a plaque. Like, what are we talking about? You tripping me out. But they fired Joy Reid. So she go on motherfucking this bitch ass nigga joint. Him. And like I just said, he's a European jackass that loves Trump, up Trump ass, and wants to suck Trump dick. And probably already did. So he gets on his little platform he done blew up, got big, got a huge platform over there overseas. But his platform is right-wing shit, Trump-loving shit, right? So his podcast does that. And one key thing he does is bring black people up and ambush them with these questions out of the blue. I remember back in the day, motherfucker, my man, God damn it. He got not the podcast, but he got the whole live stream. Black dude be screaming hard. I gotta remember his name before. But he came out the joint and was saying motherfuckers brought him on the show, but start ambushing with questions that wasn't in their emails, right? And first, before I move on, I want to ask you, if somebody was to bring you on their podcast or show on news network or whatever the fuck, right? Seeing email, I want to touch on this, that. I want to talk about that. All right. Now, while y'all talking, they start asking other things besides those questions. Is that a violation, or is that cool, or do you adapt, or what? How you feel about that when somebody does that?
Well, you can't help that because that's the climate of what people act in journalism. It's not even just that the climate that we're in now. That's just journalism in whole. You know, you get you on the show, or we get you up close and personal. May ask you easy question first to get your attention, then they come back and smack you with a question. You like, God damn. So that's just I think that's just journalism in itself. So, but you as a person, you know, if there's anything back there that you might be possibly hiding from or don't want to talk about, you might as well be prepared to talk about it when you don't know who you going up against.
True. So I love me some Joy Reid for anybody before we even go further. I love her. I love anybody. First of all, she's a strong black woman. That's first plot. And then she in an industry where it's just dominating white women, white men. And for her to dominate on MSNBC for 10 years, have her own show and multiple shows on the side, you got to get credit to the black woman, bro. That's 10 years. I don't give a fuck if she get axed today or tomorrow. She could have retired after 10 years. You see what I'm saying? And it'd been sweet. It's just like 10 years in that industry, having your own show every night of the week and a weekend show. I think that's successful. I don't know about you. How you feel about? Do you think she's a successful news anchor?
I believe so, because that's why they wanted to get rid of her. You got to think about it. Everybody who is successful that talks the truth, no matter what it is.
Exactly. That's what we were just talking about, where Trump got control of these news networks, where they're making them get rid of these people that talk bad about him, bro. To him, it's talking bad. To them, it's the truth. You see what I'm saying? So she goes on with Piers Morgan because she newly off the network and she just feeling her way through the net. I mean, through podcasting and YouTube, all that type shit. But we already know Piers Morgan is a fucking swamp demon on motherfucking podcasting and YouTube. He's been on it. He know what the shock and awe is. He know what the motherfucking what make people watch his bullshit, and he know what to do here. So she came on his joint. I'm gonna let y'all hear a little bit of this so y'all can understand a little bit.
It's how it's described on my visa to the United States, but I have a home in Los Angeles, and I love America. I've lived and worked there for 20 years. My view is that most Americans, I think instinctively, do not have a problem with the principle of deporting undocumented workers who commit crimes in the United States. Would you have a problem with that as a policy?
As a policy, if people get a hearing and they go through a process, sure. But that is not what's happening.
No, I'm going to come to the next bit.
Hold on, that is not what's
Joy,
happening.
I'm going to finish my point.
It's not what's happening.
I wanted to see what you were prepared to agree with me about, because I think it's healthy to the debate, right? So we both agree about that, which is good. Now, I don't think that they should have pressed the button on deporting as many illegal immigrants who are there undocumented, but who've not committed crimes in the way that they're currently doing. That they should have sorted, first of all, people who are in the country illegally who commit crimes and deported them. Everyone would agree with it. But I agree with you. The wholesale pulling of people off the street who may have been in America for many years, got families in America who pay taxes in America. You only have to talk to farmers to understand the devastating impact this may have. So on that, I would agree with you. But I also think that, and I hope you would agree, that Donald Trump has pretty much stopped completely the number of people coming over the southern border illegally. And under Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, over a 4-year period, as many as 10 million people are believed to have come over the southern border illegally. Now, you must surely think that the Trump way of securing the southern border is better for the United States than the Biden way.
Teenagers are building businesses.
Hold up, before they even go any further on that right there, right? Matter of fact, let's stop right here for a minute before they go further. Before she answers, right? All right. To me, I'm seeing him. First of all, can you hear me? First of all, why will
Numbers do you buy?
anything Donald Trump?
He, all right, Obama, Trump, right? As we all know, Obama deported the most people in American history. Period. It's not a president in history that deported more people than Barack Hussein Obama. And what he trying to do by her being black, I already see what he's doing. Is trying to compare the Trump, whatever the fuck he doing, with previous Democrats. To say, oh, well, you gotta at least say that Trump ain't nobody else coming through. Wait, what was the numbers when the orange neck demon fuck pig Donald J is for jackass Trump was president first? How many numbers came in then? Did we keep track of the numbers when he was there first? And he ain't put up no wall. So I don't get when they try to set people up with that and be like, oh, but Obama did this and that. You know what I'm saying? I know that's where he's going with that. But I don't know. How you think? How you feel about this? Just snatch. First of all, you're going to try to snatch her shit out from her and say, oh, I agree with people just getting snatched off. 20 years, working here, taxes. Okay, what's the argument then if you agree, though? You know what I'm saying? It's like he's trying to take her weapons away in his argument. Do you know that? Do you notice that?
I just think I just need people to do the math because the math not mathing. He just said Biden that over 10 million people.
Yeah, that don't even make sense. Yeah.
So far, how many people has he caught out of them 10 million people that supposedly have come across the border? If 10 million people came across the border, you easily find 10 million people.
That's over the top anyway, yeah.
Exactly. So you trying to make numbers up by dragging people off the damn street like they cattle to try to make a number that that y'all made up, that y'all overextended. 10 million people who crossed over. Like that's a whole country done came over here. 10 million people, that's a country.
He will make America great again.
You're right. How in the fuck, like some of these people that support this, right? How in the fuck that you don't know that 10 million people is a lot of people that just flow over, bro? And for nobody to even, like, come on, like some of this stuff just over the top. That's a lot of people, bro. There's no way they will come in this joint and nobody knows 10 million people here. First of all, you told us they was robbers, thieves, and rapists. So 10 million people robbing people, trying to rape bitches? That many motherfuckers? No, bro. Where they at then? Why you ain't found them yet, motherfucker?
Because just like Elon Musk said, he's going to give $2 trillion back to the government. And what he has found is no number, $0. They've come up with this inflationary number to get people all hyped up and all out of their mind and hysterical. Exactly. But if y'all motherfuckers stop and think, 10 million people, that's a country.
It wouldn't even make sense.
It's a fucking country. So you got a country to take over across the border, just land here and start. Okay, it's 3 billion people in America. It's like 3 billion people in America. And you can't tell 10 million, another whole country just landing over in America and is going and raping people, killing people, and robbing. Everybody.
That's what I'm saying. Really, like, we'll really notice that. That would be crazy right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll notice 10 million people robbing, thieving, and killing people, bro. Like, that won't go unnoticed. Stop. You know what I'm saying? To me, these right-wing motherfuckers make me sick. I can't imagine why people vote for these motherfuckers.
What numbers do you buy?
And let me go on.
Well, how many do you think it was?
Let's just say it was.
Well, Joy, how many do you think it was?
No, let's just say I'm going to stipulate to you. Let's just say it was 10 million people. Are you asking your viewers to believe that 10 million people were in the country raping and robbing rather than working on farms, working on construction sites?
No, I didn't say that.
We have to recall that so again, being in the United States without documents is a civil offense. It is not a felony. And so the reality is, if it was 10 million people, we have to ask ourselves, what is the pull? America has always run, from the time that people who looked like me were enslaved, on cheap labor, on free labor to start itself as an empire, and then on a constant pull of cheaper and cheaper labor. That is a pull that is pulling people over. And then, of course, there's the push of the destabilization in Central and South American countries. That is the push. That push-pull is a fact of life. And it was a fact of life when Donald Trump was president the first time.
But what's that got to do with how many come over the southern border illegally?
The difference is now, if you let's say where you end all undocumented migration to the United States, all that would do is put a burden on the pull part of it, because you have industries that desperately rely on farm labor, on construction labor.
But why shouldn't you have a system?
That's not an
but Joy, why
raising it to zero does nothing to change my life.
Joy, why shouldn't people?
What it's done is
why shouldn't people? Let me just ask you, why shouldn't people do what I had to do when I wanted to live and work in America? Just go through a proper process and get accepted to be allowed to come into the United States. That is how a normal, well-controlled border works. So what you seem to be suggesting is that because America's economy needs a lot of workers, we should simply have a system where anyone can come in. And if that's not your belief, then how would you regulate the southern border?
I'm going to say to you that if the policy were applied the same across the board, that would be one thing. It's not. Marco Rubio's grandfather didn't do it the right way. He overstayed an order of deportation, stayed anyway, and was allowed to remain in the country. Elon Musk's brother says, and Elon Musk disputes it, but Elon Musk's brother said they overstayed their student visa, started a business which would have been illegal for someone on a student visa. We're allowed to stay. They are white migrants. And somehow that was okay. What we're seeing is a selective enforcement of this outrage. If the person is brown, they need to be rounded up and put into quote unquote alligator Alcatraz, a concentration camp in Florida. If the person is white, we let them start a business and become Elon Musk. What's happening?
Okay. That is why I love her. Like, even though you got her on the show, you're ambushing, you pulling shit out your ass, the facts is the facts. If you know facts like she do and spill them out, it's like it's gonna make you turn red like you is now. You know what I'm saying? You turn red and he don't know how to cut her off. Hey, bro.
Hey,
I like
the
that.
funny part is, I didn't even watch that clip, and she's saying the exact same thing that I just said. Really? Great.
It's the funniest shit because he really think he got her on something, and just the fact that she know facts, you know what I'm saying? It fucks him up as far as his narratives.
Happening is that Stephen Miller has said he wants 3,000 people a day rounded up, and he has said he doesn't care where they have to get them. He wants ICE going into Home Depot. He wants them going on construction sites. Hold
on. Before we go any further, two things. First of all, it goes to what I was saying from the beginning of this podcast. My passion, right? My whole life. Growing up, I was younger. My motherfucking cousin, father is from Cuba. He was never a real citizen of America. So, and I was like 8, 9, 10. So that from that point on, I have been engaging with people that's illegal, and they've been in my family all the way up to today. So again, it goes to the passion again. When people be like, man, you be passionate. Yes. It's just so many topics in politics that hits gut wrenching to my family. We can go to the elderly motherfucking care that Kamala was going to provide, that was going to give us elderly care and somebody that stay around your parents that's elderly 24/7 and paid for by the government. I would have benefited from shit like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just me personally. I know if you got money, you don't give a fuck. But shit like that would have helped me and my family, my brother, my sisters. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that helps. Like if you could provide around the clock provider for your family member that's 70 and plus up, that helps you. You know what I'm saying? So to me, like when a MAGA and all these people be doing all that bullshit, like to me, it's the passion, the things that hit our families directly. You know what I'm saying? The border shit, the rounding up any fucking body you want. That hits me directly. You know what I'm saying? Not even in the past. Well, my uncle is Cuban. My cousin is Cuban.
Dominican.
He was from Cuba.
Dominican. They're all Dominican.
And then up until today, my brother is married to a
Salvadorian,
and it's just a mixture and kids. So it's just the passion is what I'm trying to explain to people that's listening and all the hoodies out there is it's really a passion in politics for big average motherfuckers like us. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to leave it to the scholars and college graduates that's on MSNBC and all these people, right? Like we can do this shit too, right? It's passionate because it hits us. Like now, he want to take away all food stamps and all this shit. Y'all think it won't hit you, but tomorrow, when you ain't got as much as you had last time on your food stamps, you'll recognize that, oh shit, he's a bitch. It's too late then. You know what I'm saying? Like when other day I watched a little girl get on TikTok and say she never voted for Trump because her father just got snatched yesterday. Don't wait for that. You need to know before that's going to happen that's going to happen with this bitch nigga. You know what I'm saying? I just fault the Hispanic leaders, the Hispanic famous people, the people that's in the Hispanic community that should have relayed this shit to people. Be honest with you, I really blame them. I already know Trump is an asshole, a piece of shit. He's just going to bring people who he can, period. But Mexican and Hispanic community got leaders. They got communities. They got motherfucking famous people that people look up to, influencers in their community. And they not relaying the information that's real serious to your fucking life. This is not a game. When they snatch your father and you don't know where the fuck he at no more, and Trump saying fuck you, that shit hit home, nigga. It's like, huh? Not only you snatch them, you're not even telling me where the fuck they at. Like, that's over the top. Nobody can agree with that, bro. Even if you voted for that pig. That's just crazy. So that's why I say passion is a lot with this politics, bro. Like, growing up, I didn't give a fuck about politics. I sold crack. I always kept up with laws would lock me up. You know what I'm saying? But that was it. I wasn't into politics. You know what I'm saying? But as an average motherfucker walking in these streets, you have to know about politics, bro. You got to get it involved in this politics. And if you don't want to watch this podcast, watch another podcast. I don't even know another podcast where niggas walk off the streets and talk politics. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if it's a politics podcast that have a nigga like me that actually sold dope in the streets of DC, right? They can actually tell you from that point of view, from the war on drugs, right? And tell you from stories from my grandmother, the lives she came from and what she led. You know what I'm saying? It's like a big mixture of things that I could drop down on this podcast. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my bad.
But no, listen up, y'all. This is just the first phase of a warning. He's trying to get the black people in control. Well, how you get black people in control? When we fuck with the Spanish because we know they're illegal. We fuck with them. Let's tell them how we're going to treat them. Get the black people in line. Let them know that we are superior. We're going to run this the way we want to do this. But you put fear in it by we can attack any illegal. You notice they only talk about Spanish people. They ain't saying Africans. They ain't saying Ethiopians. They're only showing what? Spanish people. They ain't showing no black people getting deported. They ain't showing no, they ain't showing none of that. They only showing Spanish people because it's the fear they're trying to put into black people. So y'all better get a motherfucking line. Because now be testing out these little Alcatraz camps with the so-called illegal immigrants. We testing it out right now with them. But it's going to be for our asses. Pay attention. Because if all the immigrants gone, who going to have to fill them camps? Because it's getting paid for.
True. Now, everybody know Joy Reid right now got a YouTube channel, so check that joint out. So, I want to go a little further in this interview where he started ambushing her with some stuff she did, I think in 1990s or something, or 2000, early 2000, right? It was like she used to do blogs or something. So, I want to make sure I got it where he starts it up.
These are award-winning books, and I think parents should have the opportunity to opt their children out if they don't feel comfortable reading those books, but that children who are old enough and who are of age and can choose the books they want to read and may feel seen in a book that you might object to ought to have the opportunity to read that book. That shouldn't be your decision. It shouldn't be Moms for Liberty's decision. I think each parent can make the decision for their own children, and I don't think that woman from Moms for Liberty or her organization should make that decision for other people's children. People ought to make decisions for their own children. And by the way, one more thing I'll add is that in the state of Florida, parents can opt their children out of reading books that they don't want to read.
All right, let me ask you.
She could have done that like any other parent.
Have you watched Brokeback Mountain?
Oh, wait, what? Wait, what are you about to do? But hold on. Brokeback Mountain? Where the fuck? But hold on.
It's a gay movie.
All right, I know what the movie is. It's like, where did that come from? Why he throw that in? But hold on, before I get to that, do you have anything to say about what she talking about right now, though? Before I get to that,
no, cause I feel like right now she's giving him an education lesson. She's breaking stuff down to him so he can understand in a junior high school level. Because he evidently he don't understand nothing at a collegiate level. So right now she's breaking everything down to a junior high school level, so everybody can fully understand where she's coming from and everything else.
So mostly on this joint right here is it's just like white ringers have this set thing on what they want, and it's just odd as fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's like, even when somebody like Joy Reid explain it, it's just like, bro.
No.
Okay. I mean,
and what is the point of that?
Well, because you said I don't want to watch.
Hold on.
These are award-winning books, and I think parents should have.
Let me ask you a question. Books in schools. Do you think who should monitor what books are actually in the schools? What you think about that? That's what I want to talk about.
All right. I believe the states should control what's in their. Actually, I think it should be. It's different for every state because every state teaches on a different educational level. That's true. So I believe it's up to if a child is underage. I think it's the parents' thing. Hey, you can't read this book. Okay, boom, boom, boom. As you would do as a parent, hey, you can't watch this video. When kids are sitting trying to watch a video, we watch videos as a kid and we see females breasts out or something, we cover our kids' eyes up, right? Same difference in the book. But if you don't cover the kids' eyes and you let the kid be exposed to it, then guess what? That's your choice as a parent. You like, fuck it, you can see it anyway. You know.
Okay.
So it's the same difference, just that one is done in the house and one is done outside in public. It's the same difference. But the thing
not only
is,
that, go ahead.
No, wait. Wait.
Not only that, for example, according to these motherfucking white wing motherfuckers, Roots, you can't have Roots in the library because it's definitely must rape in that motherfucker. Because y'all white cracker motherfuckers are so disgusting to us. So it's rape and humanitarian reasons that you can't even watch. how white people did to us.
Star too.
Oh yeah,
the book Star too.
Just letting you see what they did to us. You know what I'm saying? It's like, do you want to ban those? That's banning those books and saying, oh, it's explicit. Like she said, one of those books they banned was a award-winning book. It told a story of a gay person and growing up hiding their gay identity. Like, okay, like you can't. To me, that's not a banned book. Like, I don't know. Come think of it. I don't know. Me personally, just that's not banned to me. A book about roots, not banned to me. But to them, it is. You know what I'm saying? But how you feel about banning books? Even joints that depict the person that's going through their life, struggling with their sexuality, not telling people and just living their life and expressing how they feeling when they get to the point where they can tell people. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's a story. That's people's lives. That's not explicit. It's a person telling a story. And some of these stories are award-winning books. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just think people cry for attention. When you give people a little power here, they want to see how far they can go. Like I say, for one, it's the state's fault. For one, for having the law even out there. That's the first thing. But if you, like I say, if you choose not to have your child, but you're gonna ban the book of a gay books, or you're gonna any black books out of history or whatever. You're gonna ban the books, but it's all over social media. But you let them be on TikTok, let them be on Instagram, but you let them be on Facebook. But you think it's easy to Google it. They can see it for themselves. So you ban it for what? Again, if you don't want your child to see something, you cover their eyes. You say, no, you can't read that. But at some point in time, as she said, when they get older, they're gonna look at that book like, hey, my mom said I couldn't read that book. Prime example. Back in the day when we were kids, right? You go in your parents not home. You go in your parents' closet, and you see some porn videos or some porn books deep down in the closet somewhere, right? They don't want you to see it. That's why it's deep down in the closet somewhere. But as you get older, you become what? Curious. You gonna go see what's there, and you go and open it up, and you go look, and that's what it is. Porn. It's the same difference. You don't want your kids to know something, tell them no, not now. But as they get older, they're gonna do it anyway. And at that, if you're a 5-year-old Googling, you teach your 5-year-old how to Google, they're going to Google porn, they're gonna Google this and that, and they're gonna be reading, but they're gonna try to read, they ain't gonna know, but as they get older, they're gonna read about it. Because it's online.
Exactly. But like she said, I agree with her a whole lot. Like, I don't know, man is like, I do agree with her. It's like, you can't just ban every book because these Christian people don't like it. Like, that's not America. Like, you gotta let America breathe. And if it's a story being told of a gay American struggling with that's like multiple millions of Americans. That's the story they have to tell. Some people ain't even got to that point yet and read this book and be like, oh yeah, now I can get to that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand. Like, to me, it's irrelevant to me. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why be so, like, when we bring magazines on here, they be so hard on gay stuff. It'd be like, huh? We don't even talk about it no more.
My thing is that I always be
genders, Asian shit. It's like, bro, like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all with that shit?
I believe like this. Why are you so interested in what somebody else do in their bedroom?
I don't get the extra for MAGAs, bro. It's just over the top.
Are you confident within yourself? If you're so worried about it, because if a gay person not worried about it, why are you worried about it?
But why it's so difficult for somebody to read the book? Like, if you read the Bible, it's some wild shit, trifling shit in there too. Be honest with you.
Why did he turn the people to stone? Because they said they're going to rape his kids, his
like
sons.
It's a lot of rape and a lot of molestation. There's a lot of shit in that Bible. If you want to really get serious about it, like, come on, bro. Like,
it's a murder.
And then Then on top of that, if you want, it's a book in the library, don't get it. It's sitting there on the shelf. You don't gotta grab it. You know what I'm saying? If your child curious, hey, let's look this book up. Let's look it up together and see what it's about. That's it.
Make
You know
your
what I'm
child feel
saying?
comfortable
I
about
don't get it. Like, don't lash on other people and stop them from teaching their kids or broadening their kids' horizon because you want to keep your kid in a fucking closet. Like, bro, wake the fuck up.
Should have the opportunity to opt their children out if they don't feel comfortable reading those books, but that children who are old enough and who are of age and can choose the books they want to read and may feel seen in a book that you might object to ought to have the opportunity to read that book. That shouldn't be your decision. It shouldn't be Moms for Liberty's decision. I think each parent can make the decision for their own children, and I don't think that woman from Moms for Liberty or her organization should make that decision for other people's children. People ought to make decisions for their own children. And by the way, one more thing I'll add is that in the state of Florida, parents can opt their children out of reading books that they don't want to read.
Exactly.
And she would have done that like any other parent.
Have you watched Brokeback Mountain?
I gotta see what this is about right here.
No.
Okay. I mean,
and what is the point of that?
Well, because you said I don't want to watch the two male characters in Brokeback Mountain having sex.
Huh?
Okay, so what does me watching Brokeback Mountain have to do with that book, whether or not it is pornographic?
No, nothing to do with the book.
That is a book that people can have the opportunity to read if they so choose.
No, I'm not talking about the book.
I do not understand how an organization can make a decision. It is not about the movie. It is about whether or not Moms for Liberty.
I'm not talking about the book.
The organization who should make decisions for other people's children.
I'm not talking about the book,
Whether
as you know.
I watched a movie or not makes absolutely no difference.
I'm talking about you posting on your blog that you wouldn't watch Brokeback Mountain because you don't want to see two male characters having sex. Does that make me homophobic? Probably. Most straight people cringe at the sight of two men kissing. Your words, not mine, Joy.
And your point is?
That maybe that makes you a bit of a hypocrite when you're taking the position of being an ally for the LGBTQ community. And actually, the best way to handle it, I would argue, is just to say, you know what? Actually, I did write that at the time. They're not my views now. I've learned, I've evolved, I've moved on. Trying to pretend even now that you didn't write it is preposterous. And I think you know that.
The bottom line is what I've said, and I will say it again, is that I take full responsibility for everything that was on that site. I'm deeply apologetic for the things that were on that site that hurt people, and I take responsibility for it because it was my site. And that's the end of that. And my views, as you know, and as I've said on television, on air, are quite different from the views that you just read. And that's the end of that.
Okay. Let's just end with this. Not everyone was upset when you were fired. Plenty of those white conservative men that you like so much seem quite happy.
Wait. Before we go wait. You got anything to say about what the fuck just happened?
He said most of the people wasn't mad, but he said the key demographic characteristics. What? White men. He said that out his own mouth. It lets you know what. Exactly.
Now, he brought up a blog she did. Like, all right, let me ask you this first. He said on the blog, it said she don't want to watch the movie because she don't want to see two men kissing. And he brought it up. She said she didn't type that. It was just her website itself. She owned the website. Okay, so this is getting kind of funny here. Is it your website or not, first of all? Second, you should know if you typed that or not. Now, I fuck with you, Joy. You're one of my top black women, rising stars. But I don't know what the hell going on here. I know he ambushed you, but I ain't know you had a website. I ain't know you wrote some shit saying you don't want to watch backbound buying and all that bullshit. I don't like the way you handle it. Be honest with you.
No, I just feel like this. Seeing two women in this world have sex is more acceptable than seeing two men have sex. Because as a woman, you supposed to be as a woman, you supposed to be as a man to a woman, you supposed to be my protector, my everything. So for me to look at you in the opposite direction, no, I don't want to see that, because I look at men as a different aspect. Especially, it's not even talking about black men. The movie ain't about black men. It's about two white men. So why would she be interested in that? So I feel where she coming from when she made that statement back in her blog days. But that doesn't mean she don't support what other LGBT communities do. She just don't want to watch that. And some people just like, I don't want to watch reality TV shows. I can't stand reality TV shows. It's pointless to me. It is. It's pointless to me. But at the same time, I sit here and watch CNN.
All right, so what I'm getting from you is she get a pass for that, because to watch two women have sex is more appealing. Is what you're saying? So you give her a pass for feeling that way. I get what you're saying. And now I think about it that way, man, if she was saying it that way, cool. But if you put that in it, say you did that though.
She didn't say she didn't do it. She said those were my views.
I don't like her saying that I take responsibility for the whatever's on the website. I'm like, no, did you type that or not? Like, I want to hear you say, I typed that.
Why? If I take
responsibility. That's my website. I take responsibility.
Why,
that's not the question. I don't even know what you're talking about no more.
Why not? Because it's the same thing. It's I own it. Because if she got to take responsibility, saying
it's a website. I get that.
So at the end of the day, it's still I own it. It's mine. It's my responsibility. I'm going to take it. Because y'all want to hear me say I did this. No, it's the same thing. It's the same meaning. It's the same thing. I own it. It's my responsibility.
And then on another hand, this little bitch ass nigga redneck motherfucker probably know somebody else wrote it and put it up on the website. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's her website, so he's trying to hold her fight. So you gotta watch these sneaky motherfuckers. And then he caught her off guard. He caught her off guard with that shit, right?
Because it's 25 years later.
It really didn't have nothing to do with anything, though.
No.
It didn't have nothing to do with the conversation. That's why she was like, wait, the books? Why you even talk about that? That didn't have nothing to do with anything. He knew what he was doing. You know what I'm saying, dog?
Yeah, he tried to appeal to his base, but he got fired. He got fried.
Now, before we get out of here, I want y'all to hear what happened the rest of this motherfucking joint. He brought on a white dude to do this. He brought on a motherfucking white dude on the joint.
2000.
That's beefing with Joy Reid. Joy Reid don't know the dude at all. She don't know y'all remember, she coming off of MSNBC. She don't know these YouTube motherfuckers. She don't know who on YouTube talking about her every day. So she go on these shows and people pop up. She don't know this a person that been against her. You know what I'm saying? She don't know this person been talking shit about her. She had no idea. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing I don't like about Piers Morgan is you wasn't supposed to just bring people around that's beefing with her. So I want y'all to hear, right after he did that, he brought this person up. Can you hear that?
No.
For because it was my site, and that's the end of that. And my views, as you know, and as I've said on television, on air, are quite different from the views that you just read, and that's the end of that.
Okay, let's just end with this. Not everyone was upset when you were fired. Plenty of those white conservative men that you like so much seem quite happy. Let's just take a look at this clip.
Joy Reid, probably the nastiest figure on MSNBC. The most left, the most vicious against conservatives and white people and men and all the rest. She has just been canned, fired, kicked to the side of the road. Her show is over. This saddens me a little bit because I did not yet have the opportunity to go on it. I am celebrating that there is no longer a market for her disgusting product. That's what I'm genuinely happy about. There has been a major shift. Her show and shows like her show no longer have value. And that's not just because of Joy Reid's favorite villains, you know, the evil white man or the Christians or the conservatives. It's because, like, no one watches her show.
So, Joy, I've actually got Michael Knowles waiting in the wings.
Great.
Is there anything you'd like to say to him?
No.
What did you make of his critique of your show?
Well, I mean, the reality is that obviously people watched the show, and obviously that's the reason that the show was on for 4.5, nearly 5 years. So if he didn't like the show, I guess, sorry you didn't enjoy it, but I really am not that interested in his views on it.
Okay, well, we've got Michael there. Michael, anything you want to say to Joy?
Yes, wonderful to be here, Joy. Very nice to meet you. And I guess I would agree with Joy's take. People watched the show in the past tense, and now there's no longer a market for that absolutely vile content. And I think that's good for the culture broadly. And now we can all chat on Piers' show.
Joy?
The reality is, Michael, the content that you and Piers like to trade in is grievance. And the grievance that white Americans have, that they have to deal with.
I'm not American.
Diversity, that they have to deal
Joy,
with. You
this
just said
isn't
you
a
have a home in
grievance.
Los
I'm
Angeles,
British.
you love
I'm
America.
celebrating.
And by the way, white grievance is very good for your bottom line. It's very good for your bank account. And so having me here to be able to continue to traffic in that is your shtick. That is what you
first
do.
of all,
That's
Joy,
what you do, Piers.
I have to
And so
correct you.
it's great. And I'm sure you find it delightful and fun to say it. But the reality is, Piers, that is what you all traffic in.
I
It is
have
what
to correct
Fox
you.
traffics
Well,
in.
I
first
can't
of
speak
all,
for
I'm not
Piers
a
here,
white
Joy.
American. I think as my accent may reveal.
Well, I know
He's
that
a
you're
white
not.
pig.
I'm British.
My only grievances are
And
tan
secondly, I don't
but I'm
think
not
anyone, Michael, I will let you respond, but I don't think any host in the history.
Okay, hold on. I can't even take no more.
By hating Trump because it doesn't win
Bro.
the race. You get
First of all, that was an ambush. I got this thing in the cut. I'm gonna pull it out right before we leave. And this nigga is actually on the show. Didn't tell her that, hey, I'm gonna bring dude up. He don't like you. He been talking about shit about you for years. But I'm gonna bring him up. None of that. Just, I'm talking to you. You bring up shit about my motherfucking blog 10 years ago. And now you bring up a motherfucking orange neck pig that can't stand me. What do you want me to do at this point?
Did the right
Hey!
thing. I ain't got nothing to
Go
say
ahead.
about that, Bama. I ain't got nothing to say to that, man. I'm sorry he didn't enjoy the show. I mean, what I feed into that? Like, you're looking for her to go off because you're a black woman. But no, she's
Exactly.
your mind and turned you a whole different color, my nigga.
Bro,
Matter of fact, she turned him
he
another
wanted-
color just that few seconds too.
You right. He wanted her to explode as a angry black woman. But everybody don't notice that the bitch that was on that joint with her is called Nina Turner. And she was literally on the show. You saw the lady sitting there behind her that was like quiet. And she was literally coming on the show after Joy Reid. And she let this shit slide as a black woman sitting there. Let this shit just go. Now, everybody know Nina Turner, she blocked me a few years ago because I can't stand that bitch. Right? But that's the side note. She had the nerve to come on this joint. I guess this white pig have her on there a lot. And Joy Reid don't know none of this shit. She don't know this white pig there. She don't know that bitch Tina Turner there. That hoe that love anything that ain't Democrat. And then that redneck pig that love Trump. She don't know all this is about to happen. She come on a joint just spitting her facts. And now you got this orange neck demon pig lover on the joint. I don't even know. He about to come on and talk shit to me. Why you do that? That's why I understand her on that point is you brought me on this show. You ain't tell me you're gonna bring a hater on the joint and then at the end spring him on me and then ask him what he think. Like, what the fuck is that? Why would you bring me on it for that?
Who gives a fuck what he think? He ain't put no money. He watched my show.
Go ask the nigga what he think though, bruh.
Like, you watched my show. You had to watch my show to know what I was talking about. Like, what? You didn't hear by word of mouth.
And then on top of that, he kept on saying, your show is vile. The shit you talk about. Like, what? That showed me how fucking racist you are.
Exactly.
Because I love her show, my nigga. I'm a nigga. She bring up black culture issues. She debate black culture issues. If that's vile to your bitch ass, that's why I don't like you. I'm glad you let me know why I don't like you. Because you don't like me. You know what I'm saying? Nah.
Exactly.
You don't like me, you bitch nigga. So you gonna get mad at her because she talked to us and that's vile to you? You's a bitch for that. And what's that bitch nigga that owned the show? He's a bitch for bringing this, for doing all that, bro. Like, bro, how was you asking about some old shit? Okay, I weather that storm. I talked to you about that. That's cool. You brought that shit out of the blue. 14-year-old,
25-year-old, early 2000s. It's 25 years later.
I'm gonna let you slide with that. Let's keep talking. Okay, cool. Then you gonna bring this cracker on that been talking shit about me that I don't even know exist. Like what? Like that's fucked up. He come on the joint and go in on me. Like I still don't know who this person is. Like what?
Me neither. Never heard of him. The first time I ever seen him. Is he?
I do not have no clue who that motherfucker is. I know she don't. Hey, what's that nigga Piers Morgan? You's a bitch, bro. Like that whole thing was a setup. You complete.
It's just like the Oval Office with Zelensky. It's the same thing, same setup. That's how they gonna start. That's how they gonna try to do people. That's how they try to do Democrats or people with power or people that talk strong about stuff.
Strong black women.
They try to do shit like that. Try to ambush you, because that's the MAGA way. That's the MAGA way.
And then you too smart. They know they got ambush you.
Mm-hmm.
That bitch Nina Turner is a hoe. She's a motherfucker that loves. She always come on their shows, right? She didn't sniff out the bullshit. It took Joy Reid to go on this bitch nigga Orange Neck Demon Lover podcast to sniff out all this bullshit. Mm-hmm. Nina Turner been going to that bitch for 2 years now. Where you been, Nina? Why you ain't tell us about this bullshit? Why you ain't it's an Orange Neck Demon right there. You ain't tell us that, you hoe. That's my problem with Nina Turner. And then she continued talking to that pig after that. Really though? And then had the nerve, Godfather, to go on Joy Reid podcast while she was live and go up there and say, oh, I ain't agree with none of that he was saying. Huh? Oh yeah, I told him later on, don't call me no more. Huh? Did y'all hear that? What? Bro, if you was take her out and put Crockett in her spot, you know that spot would have been blown up right in there.
He would have had a heart attack on camera.
Man, get the fuck. That bitch said
he would have had a heart attack on camera. This motherfucker right here, his gay smile, he would have been exposed for the gay man he is.
Take her out for Crockett, and bro, she sat there and watched them first jump the black lady, back and forth, watched it. Ain't no way in hell Crockett would have watched that. And then had the nerve to continue the show after Joy Reid leave and continue with these two right crackers.
Without saying nothing.
All the way to the end. And say, oh, she handled herself. Y'all was a little harsh, but she handled herself good. What's the next question for the night? Huh? That's why I say if Croc was on there, the show would have ended.
Yeah, because he would have died. He would have had a heart attack. Look how red he is.
First of all, y'all ain't even joking about baby.
Her words. Look how red he is by her words. Crockett would have had a heart attack on.
Oh my God, my baby Crockett. Oh, she would have dug in his ass. He'd have been so mad at Crockett. He would have forgotten his whole script for Joy Reid. She probably would be like, motherfucker, you ain't about to jump her. And y'all too much. Nah, you ain't about to do that, bro. You know what I'm saying? But this bitch sat there, let it go, and just went on for the rest of the show. She's a bitch. Now, I love everybody that take the time out, bro, to watch this show, Watch this podcast. It's a growing podcast. I'm trying to get to 500 subs. For everybody don't know. Number one soul brother. Appreciate him a whole lot. The grind and get us to 360 subs. I appreciate him a whole lot. We're trying to get to 500. You know what I'm saying, dog? I got Godfather. I got people all around that comes in on this podcast to help us inform you black motherfuckers. There's regular niggas in the hood about what's going on with straight talk. You know what I'm saying? Without no big words. Without college degrees. You know what I'm saying, dog? Drunk, high, all that. You know how we talk. And we give you these facts. Hey, Godfather, before we get out of here, you got something to say? We get out of here.
Yes. Say something. Say something. See something. Say something. Plan for the future. Plan for your kids and your kids' kids, because it's about to get tight. Y'all just don't know how tight it's about to be when 2026 comes, because that bill don't hit until the midterms, after the midterm election. So y'all don't know what's about to hit y'all, but it's about to hit. Prepare yourselves.
Exactly. And I can't even wait. Hey, so for anybody who don't know, y'all know I used to have a lot of MAGAs coming on during the election time. They would not return my calls. They'd leave some messages sometimes telling me they busy. They don't want to call and talk about none of this shit no more. And I don't like that, to be honest with you. So next podcast, I'm going to open it up for all MAGAs, because I don't understand. Y'all got to explain to me how this is the person you voted for, but you don't want to discuss anything he's doing. I don't like that. So I need all MAGAs, if you're watching now or in the future, to tap into this podcast. We all want to talk to you. I don't care what person that comes on this podcast. Trust me, they got questions for your white ass or whatever the fuck you is. You know what I'm saying? Black ass too. It's a lot of questions for you at this point. And they hiding from these questions, Godfather. I'm going to be honest with you. I can't find MAGAs no more. They done took their hats off and everything. Put your hats back on. Cut the bullshit. Shouts out to everybody. The hoodies out there that subscribe. We appreciate y'all a whole lot. Get us to 500 subs, man. You know what I'm saying? For another one soul brother and everybody that push this sub, we always say 500 subs. But check us out. If you don't like us, cool. But we just average motherfuckers. We're not trying to be smart. None of that shit. We're not preach or teach. We're here to learn with you. We know what's foul. We're going to put out the bullshit. If I bring up the Godfather, a rap vet, he'll know from his expertise what to tell you. It ain't got to be these college graduates on MSNBC and all that shit. It don't have to be scholars. It don't have to be lawyers. It's us, just like you. You know what I'm saying? Warehouse workers. I was an ex-warehouse worker. You know what I'm saying, ex-drug dealer. My man went fast food. You know what I'm saying, and motherfucking Iraq war. That's a wild swing, but hey, that's what he did. That is a wild swing when I think about it. But hey, that's life. Appreciate everybody that take their time out, man. This is it, though. If Godfather on here, we're gonna have another motherfucker 9 to 5 or a war vet. This is what we do. We are the grinders. This is the podcast for the 9 to 5ers, hard workers, and hustlers. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate everybody tuned in. Godfather, appreciate you a whole lot. And everybody, all the hoodies. You know what I'm saying? Tap in, get us to 500. Peace.
Talking about politics coming from a view of the streets. You know what I'm saying, dog? You know, we're not coming from professional view. We're not lawyers. None of that shit that's on TV. You know what I'm saying? We come straight from the hood. We the hood people.